Hello and welcome to Smart Vision. AI today looks incredibly powerful. It can understand complex math problems, analyze large datasets and produce reports, draw charts, generate videos, and even master extensive historical knowledge. Repeatedly scoring high on what's been called the humanities' last exam of difficult datasets. Okay, these questions are really crazy. Those achievements are impressive. But for everyday users, what concrete, practical value does AI deliver in daily life or commercial work? Today I will answer that by comparing the state-of-the-art paid model GPT-5 with leading open source image generators to see which is more useful and time-saving when creating product images. I will test 5 product types: headphones, a cream jar, a handbag, a vase, and a skirt. I set up the workflow on a machine with 16 GB of VRAM, and I will also demonstrate a lightweight workflow that can run on an 8 GB VRAM machine. Note that to save resources I use quantized models, so accuracy is slightly lower than full precision models. If you enjoyed this video and want more, please like, share, and subscribe. All resources and workflows used in this video are available on my Patreon. First, headphones. I used a reference image with a cat logo. SKU include white background front, 45-degree lifestyle, material close-up, side view, and on-model shots. We focused on plastic shell, decorations, headband stitching, and specular highlights. Overall, GPT-5 and Qwen both produced corresponding SKU images and performed well. However, both failed on the headphones in a folded suitcase scene. GPT folded the headphone body itself, while Qwen only altered the background. For details, GPT-5 was slightly better at rendering metal speculorescent highlights, whereas Qwen, given the reference had no metal cues, tended not to invent metal parts. Overall, I'm giving both sides a tied score of 4 points. The reason for deducting 1 point is that the headphones weren't properly placed when packed in the folding suitcase. Next, a cream jar with a floral logo. SKU images include white background front, back close-up, size comparison, label close-up, and open jar showing the product texture. Qwen performed very well here. Outputs matched the prompts and looked natural. GPT-5 made a typical misunderstanding. It placed cream texture details onto the jar body and altered the jar shape in the size shot. In this case, Qwen was clearly closer to what we needed. So here, I'm giving Qwen 6 points and GPT 3 points. Handbag test challenge: leather texture, stitching, and hardware proportions. My conclusion: GPT-5 is stronger at fine detail and overall perceived quality. Its images feel more premium and are more likely to attract buyers. But GPT-5 can sometimes mistakenly insert real brand logos, which is a legal risk and must be manually removed. Qwen's compositions were fine, but textures and stitching looked a bit smoother and less detailed. Thus, I'm awarding 4 points to both GPT and Qwen. For the Vase, SKU images include white background front, floral arrangement lifestyle, refraction close-up, and size proportion shots. The main challenges are gloss transparency and refraction. Both models were unstable here. GPT-5 produced several outputs that deviated from the reference base, including incorrect proportions, and Qwen also struggled to generate a proper white background hero image. Overall reliability was low and results needed manual correction. Thus, I'm awarding 2 points to both GPT and Qwen. Finally, a pattern skirt. SKU images include white background front, white background side, 45-degree lifestyle, detail close minus ups, and fabric texture macro. Clothing tests evaluate silhouette and fabric details. GPT-5 edged out Qwen in detail rendering but sometimes misinterpreted the silhouette. Qwen's hero and lifestyle images were acceptable, but many detail images missed information or altered the garment shape. Both require manual refinement. So here, I'm giving GPT 4 points and Qwen 2 points. Overall, both sides have their own strengths in this area, making it difficult to determine which is better. However, since open source and free AI models can achieve similar results, I highly recommend that everyone try them. After all, you only need to consume a little electricity to achieve almost the same or even better results. Furthermore, with Qwen, you only need to set up the image and prompt, then click the button to run it, and it will be generated in several minutes, which is very convenient and fast. On the other hand, GPT requires you to wait for the previous image to be generated before you can proceed to the next one, and the time to generate one image is generally about 1 minute. It may also be because I'm using the GPT+ plan, so the speed isn't fast and it's indeed not convenient to use. Let's take a look at how to use this workflow for generating multiple SKU images with one click. First, we still need to install ComfyUI. After installation, drag the workflow into ComfyUI. Install any missing nodes. Download models through links on my Patreon. Then here, we select any image of our product. Here, set the image's width and height. You can fill in the upscale factor as needed. Select the AI model. We're using the Qwen image edit. I've already set it up here, so you don't need to change anything. Here Allura is added to accelerate inference. I run the text encoder on the CPU because it occupies nearly 9 GB of memory. If you run it on the GPU, and the GPU doesn't have enough VRAM, it's easy to run out of memory. Set up the upscale model here. I encountered a problem during testing, which is that adding the upscale model easily causes memory exhaustion and freezing. So if you encounter freezing problems, you can use the workflow without upscale nodes. Here, fill in the prompt for each SKU image. For example, this is the prompt for the main image. The main characteristics are a front view and a white background. But sometimes what's generated doesn't meet the requirements, so try a few more times. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. All resources and workflow used in this video are available on my Patreon. See you next week.